It was just a regular night, driving those familiar back roads lined with cornfields and quiet shelter belts. We weren't looking for anything, just killing time, listening to music, doing what we always did. And then we saw him. He wasn't close, just far enough to make you question whether he was real. A man, maybe 6 feet tall or more, wearing a long coat and a wide-brimmed hat, standing dead still near the edge of the trees, watching. We thought it was nothing at first, a weird tree, a trick of the dark. But the next night there he was again, and again, never moving, never chasing, just standing, observing. Something about it felt wrong. Not dangerous at first, just off, like a still photograph in the middle of a moving world. The air around him felt dead. The light didn't seem to touch him quite right. It was like looking at something that didn't belong in this world. We started having nightmares. Not regular ones, the kind that follow you after you wake up, the kind that make you scared to fall asleep again. Always the same dream. Waking up in bed, completely paralyzed, and there he'd be, in the corner, watching. No eyes, no face, just a presence, a weight. Like gravity itself had shifted around him. Then everything in life began to crumble. Bad luck, weird illnesses, tension for no reason. It was like something had attached itself to us, something dark. Our phones glitched constantly. Vehicles stalled without explanation. People close to us got sick. It all felt too connected. Like something had taken notice of us and decided to pull the strings just enough to ruin everything. We'd heard of the Hat Man before. Thought it was just sleep paralysis stuff. Turns out people have seen him for decades, centuries even. Across countries, across cultures. Always the same description, tall, dark figure in a hat. Sometimes during dreams, sometimes while awake, sometimes in your room, sometimes on the side of the road, just like we saw him. And then we started digging. Turns out we weren't the only ones who saw him outside. Others had posted stories, Reddit, forums, YouTube, about seeing him during the day, behind fences, out in fields, in the woods, always watching, always from a distance. Some say he only shows up when something terrible is about to happen. Others say he brings the bad with him, that he's not a spirit or ghost, but something worse, something ancient, something that feeds off pain, off fear, off disruption. One theory says he's drawn to people in emotional distress, that grief, depression, trauma, it all acts like a beacon. And once he sees you, once you notice him, you've opened the door. He doesn't need to chase you. He just needs to exist where you can see him. And from that point on, things start to break. Some think he's an archetype, an echo from deep in the human brain, something built into us. Others call him a demon, or a parasite. Something that waits until you're vulnerable, and then begins to unravel your life from the inside out. People claim they've seen him since childhood, that he shows up at turning points, usually right before or after tragedy. Others say he appears in places where great sorrow has soaked into the ground. Hospitals, abandoned buildings, places where the veil is thin. Our experience ended when we stopped driving that road, when we stopped going back. But the feeling never totally left. We still wake up in cold sweats sometimes, still feel watched when the room is dark and too quiet. You never forget the way it felt seeing him. Still, calm, powerful, like nothing about him was human. Not his posture, not his presence, not his intent. If you ever find yourself somewhere remote and you see something tall standing perfectly still at the tree line, don't go closer, don't stare too long, don't speak. Because once you've seen him, he's already seen you. And the hardest part isn't getting away, it's knowing he never really leaves.